G'day, welcome. Thanks for joining me today. My name is Cogs, and welcome to my drink driving simulator. Once we get cracking, I'll be cruising around in Assetto Corsa until I bin the car, until I crash the car. That's the end point of the video. And yeah, to make this a little bit more challenging, I am already a few beers deep as I attempt this one. And yeah, before we dig in, just a note that if you do suggest a game to play, I'll be adding it to the queue here, like you can see on the screen. Thanks, Old Gamer, for the War Thunder recommendation. I'll be checking that one out next.
I'll just dump the clutch off the line. There we go. A little bit of wheel spin makes the world turn round. Yeah, I'm in the MX-5 Cup this evening. The Mazda MX-5 Cup. If you're from America or most of the world market the MX-5 is the Miata. Either way, yeah, this is the Miata Cup. The Miata Cup. It's the race-oriented version of the Miata, the tuned version, for people who are doing the Cup circuit. And it's about as much of a car as I can handle in this game. I'm playing Assetto Corsa this evening, which is an incredible game. It's really fun. And I am going around the Targa Florio, the Florio circuit. This is not part of the base game. This is a map that someone has put together. I pulled it down from their Patreon, actually. I might leave a link in the description for anyone who checks this out and is interested in this map. But it's a public road in Italy, I believe, where it's stunningly beautiful, to be honest. It is incredible. One of the best looking roads in the world, I'm sure. I've never been here in person. I'd love to one day, but yeah, for the purposes of this video, I think it's a little more appropriate than going around a circuit. It's more what I like to do in racing games. I love driving around public roads, making a nuisance in the virtual world rather than the real world. And yeah, I am driving rather conservatively. As I mentioned in the intro, I am going to stop this video when I crash, when I bin it, when I fall off a cliff, when I hit a wall so hard that the car in real life would not be able to continue down the track. I will quit at that stage, and for the sake of recording a video, I don't want that to be right now. I want that to be 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes down the track when I finished yapping, when I finish saying what I want to say. I don't want to crash now when I'm having fun and have things I want to include in the video. Yeah, so I'm driving rather conservatively. That's why I'm in a too high a gear going around that corner, and I'm not redlining it. I will try not to be overly conservative. I'll try to play this game with a little bit of integrity. But I am not going to go at 10 temps around the course until a little bit later at least, when I'm happy to go flying off a cliff to stop recording this video. But yeah, thank you for joining me this evening. I don't know if any of you guys checked out my intro video. This is the second video I have recorded on this channel, and a bit of a change up. I recorded Rocket League for the first video, and we're jumping into some sim racing for this one. The Rocket League was fun, and it's a game that I'm better at than this one. But yeah, to be honest, I really struggled to figure out how to make Rocket League entertaining for other people to watch, and I don't enjoy that game as much as I once did. I had one comment on my first video, and I thank the person who left that comment so much. It made my day to read that comment, and they made note, or they suggested that I do whatever I think is fun, which is simple advice, right? It's advice that anyone should follow, but it made me think, and I'm like, yep. As much as Rocket League's probably the game where my gameplay is the best for other people to watch, it's not the game I enjoy the most anymore. So I wanted to try something a little bit different. I wanted to jump into Assetto Corsa on my sim rig and be a nuisance on this Italian public road for a little while I'm drinking some beers. While I'm drinking some beers. I don't know if YouTube really condones any kind of drinking content or any kind of substance ingestion content, but it's fun for me. It's fun for me to be a few beers deep and cruising around in this game, acting a fool. And that's all that matters. Like I said in my intro video, I'm not doing this for any kind of career or monetary gain. I'm doing this for fun. But if I'm doing this for fun, I should do it in a way which I enjoy. This is a blind corner. I don't know if I explained. I haven't driven on this track. I have no idea what's coming around each corner. So if I am in a ridiculously low gear going a ridiculously low speed, it's because I literally don't know what's coming around the corner, and I don't want to crash. I don't want to crash just yet, at least not until I've bored you guys with my yapping for a little while at least. And as I say that, I have actually finished the beer that I was on at the moment, so please excuse me while I cruise around these corners and crack the next one. There we go. I'm drinking a Mountain Culture IPA at the moment, a local Aussie craft beer, and it is quite delicious. I do love an IPA. I've also been enjoying my lagers recently as well. My craft lagers and my non-craft lagers. I was in Japan relatively recently and had some mass-produced Japanese lagers and draft beers, and it got me back into that style of beer. Apologies for anyone watching who's not of age to be drinking or doesn't drink beer or doesn't drink at all, which is probably a good way to lead your life. It's definitely not something that you need to be doing, that's for sure. Yeah, but I do enjoy it. It gives me a little bit of enjoyment. And it is part of our local culture in Australia. We're definitely heavy drinkers. Although not so much, or maybe less so than previous generations. Because we have more things to entertain us now than we ever used to, which is incredible. But yeah, if anyone is followed over from my first intro video on Rocket League to this one, I hope you're enjoying yourself. I hope that you didn't just click on the first one because it was a game that you enjoyed and this one isn't something you're interested in. But everyone has their preferences, so I do not begrudge you if you do not want to stick around for other game content. Perfectly fine, perfectly fine. Like I said, I'm not doing this for monetary gain or for fame or fortune. I'm doing this for fun. I'm doing this to entertain myself and to entertain the people watching, or I hope so. Even if people I entertain are few and far between, if I've entertained anyone, I'm doing my job. Which is all that matters for me. Sorry, let me just cruise for a little bit more as I take another sip. Before I made this video, I made a list of random things that I'd be interested in talking about, or things that I'm thinking about. Let me just go full driving for a little bit. Ignore that. It's not a crash. I avoided the guardrail and I cleanly and carefully navigated the dirt. And we rejoined with no issues, cars in perfect condition. I'll sell that on Facebook Marketplace with as new elderly female driver. You know what you're getting tags, and someone would be stoked to buy this little Miata. But yeah, I made note of a few things that I'd like to talk about. First of which is my microphone. I'm using a Rode NT1 USB at the moment, which is okay. It's okay. I wasn't overly stoked with how the quality of my first video turned out as far as mic quality goes. But maybe that's me being overly critical. If anyone's watching this, can you let me know if the mic sounds okay? I don't think I have the best broadcasting voice in the world. I'm no CDog VA. I don't have the deepest voice in the world. But I'd like it to be relatively listenable at least. I don't want the mic to be difficult to listen to. Do you think it's worth investing in something like a Shure and SMB7? I think that's the one that every man and his dog is using on Twitch these days. Or yeah, anything along those lines. One of the competitors in that space where I'd use a proper audio interface in a preamp instead of just the USB. I do find that it's not, I don't know, it's not the best. Definitely not the best. But is it passable? Is it worth the investment? Wow, this part of the track is nice. Love the glare through the cabin as well. I am running a graphical mod in Assetto Corsa. This isn't the stock version. I'm using Content Manager for Assetto Corsa rather than the stock launcher. Maybe I'll leave that in the description as well, what I'm using for the graphical mod. But yeah, going back to the microphone, let me know if it's distracting, if it's not good enough, if there's too much background noise. Because yeah, maybe I'll invest in something a little bit better. I'm just a little worried that I will invest all my disposable income on this when it's not worth the investment if I don't get the improvement that the amount of money outlay would warrant from doing so. There's other things I want to spend my money on at the moment. I have already created a list of my goals for 2025. Maybe I've jumped the gun there a little bit. It's a few days until New Year's when I'm recording this. But yeah, there's a few things that I want to spend my money on, or save my money as well. I want to finish off my sleeve tattoo. I have the first few done already, but in 2025 I'd like to make it a regular visit to the parlour to finish that off. Maybe every fortnight, maybe every month, just to finally keep on going with that, because I put that off through COVID. And I don't own a home. I'm renting at the moment, as I'm sure most of us watching this are. It's fucking expensive out there to buy a house, but I should really be looking at saving for that, I guess. So I don't know. It's disheartening when you look at property values and the amount that you need to save for a deposit, and then the 30 to 40 years that you'll be paying that off. It is very depressing. But I don't know, maybe it's something I should start looking at. And I'd also like to go on a holiday. Maybe that's selfish. Maybe I'm just being unrealistic, but I'd like to do some more international travel while I'm still young and while I can still enjoy it. I'm someone who enjoys doing a lot of stuff outdoors. Like when I went to Japan, my favorite things were things I did outside. The things like climbing Mount Takao. I went to Kamikochi, which is up in the mountains. Did some hikes there. That kind of stuff is what I enjoy out of traveling. And I want to do that while I'm still young, but I don't know. Maybe I should be more responsible. I don't know. Let me know if you tangle with similar kind of philosophical, practical questions, like whether or not you should be spending your money while you're young for things that you think you'll enjoy while you're young, or if you should be more responsible and be saving for a house, for things that will last you for the rest of your lifetime, rather than things that you will only enjoy while you're young, or for things that will only be memories when you're older, rather than physical possessions. Very, very philosophical question. It's fucking driving. I did mention that I made note of things that I'd like to talk about in this video. I gotta say that yeah, these questions were not part of that list. That's fine though. I'm just happy to be cruising along this incredible stretch of road in my Miata. I have tapped the wall a couple of times now, but they're just fender benders. The fiberglass is just a little bit skew-iff on the car now. It's not unroadworthy, so I'm gonna gotta keep on going. So heel toe. This looks like a hairpin. Oh boy, oh boy. Did another little tap of the wall. I also hit the microphone with my with my elbow. I really hope that wasn't upsetting to anyone who's still watching along. Not that I expect there to be many people who are, but I would like to keep the experience pleasant for those who are. But yeah, one of the things I wanted to touch on was whether or not the new microphone is worthwhile. Let me know if you think that it is good, or if you think that what I'm using at the moment sounds good enough. If it's not too distracting or not too obnoxious. The other things that I wanted to touch on. Okay, I gotta stop it there. Sorry, I think the car's toast. The car's toast. Thank you for joining me, though, on this wonderful, incredible trip down this Italian Targa Florio road. And let me know what you'd like to see next, and whether or not this was something that you enjoyed watching. But yeah, I hope you had a good morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world, and peace. Catch you next time.